Hello guys, my name is Thomas Jar and today I represent to you my dual avatar deck profile. Well, dual avatar monsters are a series of light warrior monsters that they excel in the battle phase, and most of the time they have a minor control or protection effect to prevent them destroying, and also play multiple monsters to spam fusion mechanic and go for the game. So let's begin without further ado. First we play 3 dual avatar Yuhi. Yuhi is a monster that you can target one dual avatar monster you control, destroy it, and if you do that, add one dual avatar spell from your deck directly to your hand, which is dual avatar invitation, the most of the time that we try to have in our hand. And also, if this phase up dual avatar monster is fusion summoned you control that was fusion summoned using an effect monster as an exist material, is destroyed by battle or by opponent's card effects. While this card is in the graveyard, you can add this card back to the hand and you can only use this effects once per turn. So Yuji is a very important monster. It's the second monster alongside our 3 copies of dual avatar feat Kokoku. Kokoku is a monster that when it's normal special summoned you can add one dual avatar trap from your deck to your hand, and also when a monster you control is destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do that, apply that effect, destroy one dual avatar monster you control, and if you do, special summon one dual avatar fusion monster from your extra deck. So most of the times we try to play these 2. The most important thing is Yuhi, because it adds the spell invitation to the hand, and also by using them as fusion materials we get their protection effects and their most neat effects that we can possibly have. Next we play 3 Planet Pathfinders. Planet Pathfinders, it's very easy its effect. You normal summon this card and then tribute it to add one field spell from your deck to your hand, so it's a pseudo terraforming. And last but not least, for the monsters we play 3 effect Veilers to prevent our opponent from using monster effects, because the most times if someone plays a monster effect and we don't have an effect monster that we fusion summon dual avatar monster, we cannot defend ourselves, so it's very neat to have these. That's the monster lineup. Now we play 1 reinforcement of the army to add our Yuhi or Kokoku to our hand, alongside 1 terraforming to search our field spell that it will searches our monsters. We play 3 dual avatar invitations. Invitations is the best card in the entire archetype, I think, because you discard 1 card and if you do spell summon as many tokens as you can possibly have, that they are dual avatar spirit tokens, and after you do that you can fusion summon twice 2 monsters by using those monsters. So you can spam all the fusions in the best case scenario, or at the worst case it's 2 summons that you can use to make our board a little bit better. But also it's restrictive because you cannot spell summon any other monsters except fusion monsters, but we have a secret tech for that to play something better. Next we play 3 Pot of Desires, because we need to banish 10 face down cards of our deck to draw 2. It's very helpful because we play a lot of 3 copies as you can see, so it's not the worst case scenario, but though you need always 1 invitation open to keep acting and progress your plays. Next we play 1 Monster Reborn to spell summon our monsters and go on from that point. We play 2 Polymerizations to fusion summon from our field or hand. That's more helpful because invitation special summons from the field, so it's better this way. And we play 1 Fusion Substitute for the same reason, and also to pick 1 monster that we have in our graveyard to return back to the extra deck and draw 1 card. It's always need to have. Next we play 3 Dual Avatar Defeating Evil. It's very neat because you can target 1 dual avatar monster you control and 1 card your opponent controls, destroy them, and if you destroyed a dual avatar fusion monster you control by this effect, you can apply 1 of these effects, draw 1 banned card from your opponent's graveyard. It's very neat, and most of the time we prefer to draw 1, or if the opponent has his ace monster in the graveyard, banish it right away, and then we can proceed to winning this game. Next we play 3 field spells, Perfect Sync Un, This card is very good, but most of the time we prefer to activate this card as soon as possible to draw Yuhi or Kokoku to our hand. And once per turn, you can, if you have a dual avatar monster in the field, you can summon one dual avatar spirit token to progress your fusion summons. And also, when you use this effect, you can special summon monsters except fusion monsters, which is not the best deal, the biggest problem, but it's very neat to have. Next, we play 3 for the trap lineup. 3 dual avatar compact. Compact is very neat because we target one dual avatar spell or trap in our graveyard and replace their effect with these cards, and it's very neat to have because we can either reborn a monster, banish a card, or draw a card, draw one monster, spell summon multiple monsters to prevent our opponents from defeating us, so it's very neat to have in that regard. Next we play 2 dual avatar return. It's very basic. You target one dual avatar monster in the graveyard and special summon it. If its original level is 4 or lower, you can special summon one dual avatar spirit token. So you can either have 2 blockers or 1 good blocker. So it's very neat to have and very good in that instances. Next we play 1 dual avatar Askedance. Askedance is a card that's more tricky, because you can target one dual avatar monster you control, destroy it, and if you do special summon one dual avatar monster from your deck or extra deck whose original level is 1 level higher or lower. So you can go to the fusions monsters, climb up or climb down, and by having Yuhi only or Kokuku, you can go back and forth again or separately to use their effect multiple times and proceed to the game. Next, we play for the trap lineup 3 Solemn Strike and Solemn Warning, because we don't want our opponent to play a lot of stuff. We need to control the board and finish them as fast as possible. So that's the main deck. Now for the extra deck, we play the secret deck of this deck. It's First of the Dragons. Well, First of the Dragons, it's a monster that it requires 2 normal monsters to be fusion summoned, so you use polymerization or fusion substitute to special summon him. So this card cannot be special summoned by other ways other than fusion, and you can only control one First of the Dragons. This card cannot be destroyed by battle except by battle with a normal monster. So Blue Eyes players can bypass this effect, but all the other monsters maybe cannot, because the Blue Eyes is the most important deck that it's seeing play right now most of the times in the online environment, and also these monsters have the additional effect that it's unaffected by other monster effects, so it's very difficult to come by and we can stall potentially forever, but the game has proceeded that spell and traps will delete First of the Dragons, but it's okay, it's very serviceable in what it does. Next we play 3 Dual Avatar Emperor Kongyo, that if this card battles an opponent monster, cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. If this card attacks after the attack damage calculation, you can return 1 monster your opponent controls to the hand. When your opponent's spells or trap effects activate that targets these cards on the field, while you control 2 or more fusion monsters, quick effect, you can negate this activation. So, when it's attacked, the opponent cannot activate any cards effects. If this card attacks, you can return 1 monster your opponent controls back to the hand, and it's an omni-negate on spell and traps, so it's very neat to have. Next we play 1 Dual Avatar Emperor Mitsuyaku. Mitsuyaku is the first time a Dual Avatar is fusion summoned that will be destroyed by battle or card effect. Each turn it's not destroyed. Once per turn during the main phase, you can return all spells and traps your opponent controls to the hand, and when a monster effects activated on your opponent's side of the field, if you control 2 or more fusion monsters, you can negate the activation. So, monster negate and return all spells, cannot activate any spell and traps during the damage step, and also a compulsory effect for a monster and protection from spell and traps. These 2 are very deadly when they are combined together, but most of the time we don't go often to both of these in a match. Most of the time we go Mitsuyaku, which is better, I think, than Kongyo most of the time, but to have both of them, it's very neat and very good. Next we play 3 Dual Avatar Fists Armed Agio. Agio is a monster that when it's special summoned, you can target one attack position monster your opponent controls, destroy it, and also this card can not attack directly for the rest of its turn, which is not a big deal, but it's very good to have. And while you control a Dual Avatar Armored Agio, a Dual Avatar Fusion monster, other than this monster, which used an effect monster to have its effect, it gains all monsters you control gains 300 attack and defense, which is very neat and very good to have. Next we play 3 Dual Avatar Feed Armored Ungio. Ungio is a monster that when its fusion summoned will be destroyed by power card effect. You can destroy one Dual Avatar monster you control instead. And also, if you have, as a quick effect, if you have a monster that is fusion summoned using an effect monster, you can target one face-up monster your special summon from the extra deck, and its effects are negated until the end of this turn. So it's a very good to protect your cards, and also quick play negate. It's very neat, and it's what we need to proceed our deck. Our combo goes forward and potentially win the game from that effect negation as well. And we play Nightmare Griffon, Unicorn, and Phoenix as the 3 links of choose, and we play 1 Ferocious Flame Swordsman, which requires 2 monsters with different names. It's very neat to have, and why not, but most of the times we prefer to max out at 3 of all copies of Dual Avatar monsters, because they are very specific and they extend their plays very fast and very rapidly, so you need to have a lot of monsters in the extra deck for that regard. So thanks for watching, and see you again next time. Bye bye!